Hello and welcome back to my channel. This week, I'm going to share with you 5 things I don't miss about the States. Let's get started. The first thing I definitely don't miss about the States is traffic. Now, this is relative because I lived in Los Angeles where there was a lot of traffic. However, when I was in other parts of America, like the Midwest, I also noticed that there is a lot of traffic in comparison to here in Poland. Now, when I say I don't miss traffic, I can honestly say that I 101% don't miss traffic. I was that person that if I had to drive somewhere, I would go really early. And if there was traffic on the way back, I would leave really late. When I was in LA, I was that crazy person who rode their bike through the city. It's a kind of a dangerous city to ride your bike or to cycle, especially on some boulevards. But I was that person because I hated, I'll say it again, hated traffic. Now, even in big cities in Europe, like Madrid, where I have driven, I've also driven in Barcelona, like traffic in those big metropolitan cities were nowhere compared traffic in New York and Los Angeles. So life without traffic for me is a peaceful life. Number 2 on my list is the general quality of food. Now, in America, you definitely get a wide variety of food, and if you want really good quality, typically that comes with an extremely high price tag. Now, here in Europe, in general, when you go to most stores, the quality of food is a lot better. And that's mainly because the administration that handles food in the EU and in Poland, the guidelines and the requirements are a lot stricter. So specific pesticides or specific chemicals that exist in food in America don't exist here. So I do like fast food. I particularly love, let me say that again. I love fries. I love French fries. They are my favorite. And so even the quality of fries here in Europe are a lot more healthier than the quality of fries in America. And I've seen a few documentaries explaining why this is the case. And mainly it's because fries here don't have as much fat because here in Europe, a different oil is used to fry those products. So food in general is a lot better. Now, in the States, you're obviously going to get a lot of variety. And here in Poland specifically, a lot of foods are seasonal. However, you don't have to worry about having lots of foods with pesticides and lots of chemicals. Number 3 is the aspect that I absolutely probably don't miss the most on this list. It's that hustle and grind culture in America. Now, I remember when I was in Los Angeles and even when I was living in Oklahoma, I had 3 jobs. Sometimes I had 4 jobs, with some gigs on the side. And in the USA, you're grinding, hustle, grinding, hustle, grinding, hustle. I felt like if I wasn't at work, I was thinking about work. And typically when I was finished with one job, I was moving on to the next job. Now, there's some aspects of the grind that I absolutely like, but a lot of those aspects are not healthy. I remember it was coming at the cost of my life in general and coming at the cost of my health, and kind of taking away valuable time that I could have been used a bit more productively, in my opinion. I am American and I've brought a lot of that grind hustle culture with me here in Poland. And sometimes I think it's okay to just slow down and actually smell the flowers versus rushing through life at the speed of light. Hustle culture definitely lends itself to this next aspect. They're kind of interrelated. And I just find that the pace in the United States is fast. So the general pace of life is bam, 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 bam. I remember a week for me was hustle grind at work. And then on the weekend, I could have 5 or 6 engagements to go to. And that was average, not just for me, but also my friends. So I would, go from one birthday party to, a wedding or to this event or to that event. And for me, it was just a lot of running and not even really enjoying the events that I was attending. absolutely not enjoying them. I also find that in the States, this kind of correlates with the idea or the concept of trying to keep up with the Joneses. So not only are you trying to keep up with the Joneses financially, so you're trying to keep up with your neighbors and your peers financially, you're trying to keep up with them as far as like the events. So you're always trying to keep up with them going to like an impossible list of events that like no human should ever try to conquer for a weekend. Definitely here in Europe, people definitely go out. There are engagements, there are events, but people definitely take the time to relax, to enjoy the weekend, to kind of recharge their battery for the following week. And that was something that was quite difficult to do in the States. And I think that is due to like American culture. Last on my list is the level of safety. And I found in the States, I don't know why, I'm not quite sure why the culture in the States appears to be a bit more violent than it is here in Europe. Let me scratch that. It's not a bit more violent. It actually is. When I start looking at news and I start kind of looking at my life in LA or in America as a whole, it is way more violent than Europe. Now, that's not to say that violence doesn't happen here in Europe. It does. But for me, I walk a lot at night here in Europe. After university, I walk home, and there's been times when I've went out and I've walked home a little buzzed, and I never felt unsafe. And in Los Angeles, only in specific districts, and even in those districts, I would kind of feel uneasy walking home at night by myself. And that's not just because of fear of citizens or being robbed or being mugged, but also that's the fear of law enforcement. So being pulled over by the police because I'm, walking at night, which has happened in the past in the USA, where I'm just walking at night, minding my business, and I'm pulled over, or I'm walking at night and people are looking at me very strange. So like I said, Europe is not like this, pinnacle of safety and this pinnacle of like trust. However, I found that I definitely don't miss the fact that in the United States, I didn't feel safe, traveling at night by myself. There are definitely other factors that have kept me here in Europe, but these are the kind of the top 5 that came to my mind first. Now, I'm not disking the USA. Not at all. It is definitely my country. There's a part of my heart that will always pledge allegiance or have this love and affinity towards the USA. It has made me who I am as a person, and there are some great attributes about the USA that I'm happy that I carry with me in my mentality and the way I carry myself and present myself in the world. It's just that these are the 5 things that I feel is lacking in the USA, and hopefully in the future, the USA will become better at a lot of issues that it has. I hope you've liked this video. So go ahead and hit that subscribe and like button, and I'll see you next week.